welcome to the latest edition of the Bean Center podcast. I'm joined by Edmond, Williams, and Romeo. Edmond, how are you doing today?
Well, Tega, you know the word. You know I'm feeling. I'm always buzzed. I'm always excited. I'm always hyped for this podcast. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling, boy.
Williams, how are you doing? Long time no see or long time no hear.
Back from the dead, risen like the Undertaker, praising like the Phoenix. I know you all have missed me. Pantown Liverpool tonight. Pantown Liverpool.
Don't get ahead of yourself. Ruben, how are you doing?
I'm good. I love from last time. I'm hoping to have something similar this time.
Okay. Yeah, we did have a lot of fun. Williams, sorry you missed out on a very interesting episode. I think it's had lots of positive reviews online. I think since the second or third episode we did on the show, the last really had a lot of reviews online, which was great.
You can rub it on my face, bro. No, rub it on my face.
Let's kick the show off with Liverpool drawing with Everton 0-0. Edmond, how do you see Liverpool's chances of winning the Premier League?
Well, Tega, you know what I've always been saying on this podcast, that with all due respect to Liverpool and Liverpool fans, I just don't think that they have what it takes to win the championship. Not right now, at least. They are playing good football, but they are missing. They just seem to be missing something at crucial moments in the season. It started all the way back from when they drew with Leicester City and their draw with West Ham. Then I think they came back. They beat Bournemouth and they beat I think Watford at Anfield. But against Manchester United, they were lacking. We discussed that last week. And against Everton, Salah was just, I don't know, he missed two big chances. Fabinho had a chance. Yeah, Fabinho had a chance to score. So it's not just going well for them. So personally, and I've always been saying it, I still see Man City edging and winning the title.
Yeah, for the first time, Liverpool did not control their fate. For the first time in a very long time, because they've been topping the table. At some point, they were 10 points clear. In December, they were 10 points over Man City. But at the moment now, they don't control their fate in terms of winning the Premier League. How do you see their title chances, Roman?
Yeah. It's looking off now. It's looking completely off the table right now. Well, it's almost as if Man City will just go on overdrive from here. But me and Edmond, we've always been having this argument about who's taking the league, and it's always with City, and I'm always with Liverpool. I just believe, as in right now, there's really nothing to back myself up right now. No fact. Everything against Liverpool winning the league right now. But I just believe, and I believe, and quote, this is their year.
I believe I can fly. Oh my God,
I think Man City will slip up. I don't know how it's going to happen. I'm not going to say it is when they play this or wins, but I just believe something is just going to end up in Liverpool's favor this season.
Yeah. Okay, Williams, when we started the podcast, you shouted banter on Liverpool. Klopp blamed the win this time. Last week on the episode, we talked about the various things Klopp had actually blamed throughout this season. This time, he blamed the win. What do you think about that, excuse, Williams?
Like I say, God, this Liverpool. Where will I start from? Like I said, this Liverpool team, they are not serious at all. I told you they will finish first, but they will not win the league.
I still don't know how that's going to happen, because we've not just explained. You've been saying this statement, you've not explained how that's going to happen.
Are you not seeing it now? Are you not seeing what's happening? I don't. Yeah. Klopp, I don't know what's Klopp should take responsibility. What does it mean the win? Next thing you will say the ball wasn't very kind enough, or the ball boy didn't give them the ball on time. Because I saw him, he went to talk to some of the ball boys.
Yeah.
I think he was trying to tell them that they were delaying in giving him the ball, the players the ball.
Yeah.
Oh God, you had 90 minutes to do something. Oh, you can't. No. This Liverpool team. I said, I won't do this.
Let's not bring in Asilenga to this issue because earlier Uri touched on the fact that Mohamed Salah missed 2 clear one-on-one chances, and also Fabio missed that great chance. The likes of Liverpool strikers, they seem not to be performing. Firmino is off and on the team. Maybe he plays for 15 minutes, doesn't play a complete game. Maybe it's having hip issue or stomach issue. Mane, we can see what Mane can do against Watford. He was phenomenal, playing a decently. I won't call Everton a big team, but playing a derby team. He just totally messed everything up. Will their strikers really start, because they need to start performing now? I think we have 9 games left. With this, will their strikers begin to start scoring goals now, Oris?
Well, yes. I think they will start scoring, but at the end of the day, like Rumi has said, it feels like it's going to be their season. Definitely, I feel City are going to win, but there's still going to be a lot of twists and turns along the way, because I don't see City winning all their games. I think they have Tottenham and they have to go to Old Trafford to play. You get so possibilities to drop points. Liverpool to have 2 very big games on paper, that is against Chelsea at home and against Tottenham at Anfield. So it's difficult to say, but they should hit good form anytime soon. That being said, they need to find their scoring boots against the big teams, because apparently when it comes to big games, they've not scored enough, apart from the Arsenal game, which we can't really Arsenal is a big team. The other big games, they've not scored. Against Napoli in the Champions League, 0 goals. They scored 1 against at Anfield. They scored against PSG. Apart from that, it's been very flat. So I think that they need to get their scoring touch again. Salah has not scored in, I think, about 4 or 5 games. That's a lot. Yeah. So they need to find a way to. They need to find a way. Plus, apart from the strikers, the midfielders need to find a way to chip in with those Fabinho, Henderson, and the rest. They need to score more, not just relying on Salah, because that's an advantage that Man City have, where the likes of Mahrez, Sterling. Apart when Aguero is not scoring, David Silva has scored quite a number of goals. So Liverpool need to get goals from all angles.
Okay. Roman, you talked about this being Liverpool's, and you're still backing them even when teams are derailing. So what do you think Liverpool needs to do differently now to actually change their fortunes?
If we're going to draw it from the map, okay. I think they have 2 big games, like Edmond said, against Chelsea. Definitely, I'm not going to say they are going to win Chelsea, because for obvious reasons. So take them out. Against Tottenham, I think they should be able to win Tottenham clearly. And with this derby against Everton out, the rest games on a normal day should be
on paper winnable.
On paper, yes, on paper should be easy going for Liverpool. Now, if they can just manage that, that is, you can only do so much for yourself and expect the worst from your opponent. City now. Definitely. Okay, not definitely, but I think they are going to have problems. They are going to have problems because it's the thing with it. Okay, the last two games, they've won 1-0 as in the respectively the last 2 games. And it's before the West Ham game, Guardiola, his interview his statement before that West Ham game was strange. As in, I've not really heard him talk the way he talked. He was like he wanted to see something from his players. As in, he was so passionate in his speech. He wanted to see their reaction, as in how they are going to handle it. And it was like at the end of the game, especially after that West Ham game, he was going to give his verdict, as in if he saw what it is he was looking for. So I didn't really follow how it went, but I feel that it's driving them too hard, and it's going to come back and bite him in the end. They struggle. Yes, they won 1-0, but I think very soon, especially from those small things, something is going to spoil their rhythm.
Well, Roman, sorry, Tega, just to cut you short. See, one of the hallmarks of champions, one of the hallmarks of title-winning teams is their ability to win when they are not playing so well, and that's what I think Man City are showing against against Watford. Watford.
West Ham.
They scored Aguero's penalty once. West Ham, sorry, Aguero's penalty, lucky penalty because Bernardo Silva was a soft penalty. But against Bournemouth, it was a 1-0 game. But if you watch the game, you will see that it was a control. Bournemouth had 18% possession, no shots on target, no corners. In fact, no shots at all.
Yeah.
They barely got to Man City. So it was almost like, okay, Man City scored. Mahrez, a right-footed shot from Mahrez, which is very unlikely. But they were able to find a way to get the goal. And what they did was they were like, since Bournemouth were not going to come out to play, they just conserved the energy and it was almost like they were very professional about it. So I don't see that the way you're putting it, like they are struggling. They are not necessarily struggling because we all know how good Man City can be. When the need arises, they raise their performance. So I feel like apart from the West Ham game in which they struggled, the Bournemouth one was a pretty straightforward win. Okay, plus they have enough ammunition. Plus what I said about winning when if all things was equal, I think Liverpool should have managed to get a goal against Everton. You don't necessarily have to play so well. You just have to find a way.
Since we're talking about Manchester City now, since we brought Manchester City into the equation, I would like to go on what Rome said just previously, that City are not really playing teams away at the moment. They're also struggling. What's the only thing that might go wrong for City at the moment is because they're actually not like scoring a lot of goals, but they're also finding ways to win games. 1-0 wins, 1-0 wins, which is what Liverpool is not doing at the moment. And also, they also have injuries. They have lots of injuries. Fernandinho, Kevin De Bruyne, lots of key players are also getting injured. And I think their medical team needs to work on their players. At this stage where they are also still in the Champions League. Okay, talking about the Champions League now, Williams, do you think Liverpool should prioritize getting knocked out of the Champions League so they can actually face the Premier League squarely? Because things are beginning to pile up now.
Like I told you, Liverpool cannot beat Bayern Munich. I told you from the first leg. Forget the fact I'm a huge Bayern fan. It's going to be difficult to beat Bayern at home.
Okay, so you're saying they should prioritize
they should face the league.
Champions League. They should not fall on their sword.
They should face the league and try and fight it to the last day. They won't beat Bayern, I'm telling you.
Okay, wait. Tega, it's difficult to say because I don't think any coach or any football club will purposely go and lose a competition just because they want to focus on one competition. I think against Bayern Munich on Tuesday, which is most likely to be on next month, they are going to go and they're going to give their best. But then again, about saying the injuries and City's medical team, to be fair to City, I think they've played most matches of any team in Europe this season. They've played 9 more matches than Liverpool because of their involvement in the Carling Cup, FA Cup. They are still there. They are still in Champions League. They are still playing them. So to be saying that their medical team, for me, they are doing okay. And Liverpool have not played so much games compared to Man City, so I cannot understand that logic of prioritizing. They should focus. Anything can happen. Plus, the Champions League on paper is actually easier to win than the Premier League, than the league. So anything can happen. But I don't see them beating them.
How can the Champions League be easier to win than the Premier League right now?
See, right now, or generally.
Right now and generally, the way things are, and generally, the Champions League is not easier to win than the Premier League.
The Champions League is actually easier to win than the league because the Champions League, you just need to be good at specific moments in the season. You get if in the Premier League, for example, you have a terrible August, you have a terrible September, you have a terrible December, you are out of the race. But the Champions League doesn't really start until mid-February. When system kicks out, because you can get.
Let's not get into the weeds about this. Before we go back to English football, let's move into let's talk about the El Clasicos, the ones that happened over the week, during the week and the weekend, with Barcelona turning Santiago Bernabeu, so what I'll call a training ground. what do you feel about the Real Madrid situation with Barca? Because they just can't seem to beat Barcelona at the moment. Most of the games, I think, the game on Wednesday, which they lost 3-0, in my opinion, I think they were very unlucky because throughout the first half, they were like the best team. They had the more attacking plays than Barcelona. Vincent Junior was playing quite well, but once that first goal went in by Barcelona, it just crashed for Real Madrid. So what do you think about Real Madrid's situation at the moment?
Right now, it's getting embarrassing. It's getting embarrassing.
And I know you're a Real Madrid fan in a way.
No, let me clarify that. I'm not a Madrid. I am not a Madrid fan. We had issues on this on Twitter. Me and Obamkov the same issue. I am not a Madrid fan. Okay, I'm just more of a, should I say, Madrid sympathizer? Hey, that's a better one. Okay, but
everybody denying the Madrid team. I like that. I'm happy, really.
I'm not denying there was nothing there. I'm a Ronaldo fan, not a Madrid fan. Okay, back to the question. It's getting embarrassing, and what do you know? What I honestly think, as in Madrid can do for themselves now to get out of this phase that's going, because obviously they are transitioning, as in from the Ronaldo era and trying to make one or two things, but they're not getting it. What I think, and it's very personal, but it's from what I really think that they can do for themselves, is to get rid of some of those
old players,
Galacticos, or those people that really made the Madrid what it was then.
Yeah.
Ramos, Marcelo, who, okay, I will not really put Cruz in that category. Modric still there.
I think Cruz should be the first name on the list.
Get rid of those people. They've done their part for the club, as in, and they are usually appreciated. They've done.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, Williams. I would like to get your take on this because we are a Real Madrid fan.
I'm confused. Is Rome? Are you a Madrid fan or you are a Ronaldo fan? Because you seem not to understand the Madrid philosophy. I listen to. We should get rid of who?
It's first of all says Ramos. I felt Ramos. No, you can't get rid of Ramos. You can't get rid of Ramos.
No, Edmond, wait. You should get rid of Ramos. And who again? I like the names called.
Ramos. I called Ramos Marcelo Benzema.
Okay. All right.
But Benzema has been their best player. How do you get rid of him?
No, Chili. Calm down. Cool down. Take some tea to calm your nerves. Who are they going to replace them with? Tell me, as a scout, who are you going to bring in to replace Toni Kroos?
That's beyond the matter. What I'm trying to address now, it's time for them to enter the next phase.
Hamdale, you are the gate.
Wait. Take that, Rome Williams. To be fair to Rome, I understand what he's trying to say. I feel that there are players that you cannot get rid of. Players like Sergio Ramos is still there, but a player like Toni Kroos, I mean, the guy is exhausted. He has won 3 Champions League back to back, but he cannot give more than he has given already. I get that. Even Marcelo has been replaced because he's no longer a starter. I think that Reguilon, the coach prefers Reguilon to him, so I get that. Benzema, I'm not really sure, but my own is that Ramos should still stay, but Kroos has to go. Because even if you watch the last El Clasico, the La Liga's fixture, you'll see that midway through the game, they took off Toni Kroos and they brought in this youngster called Valverde. So I understand what Rome is trying to say, but it's not easy to do.
Okay, let's actually talk about the team that won. And last week we talked about Lionel Messi. If it's not Lionel Messi, Barcelona eventually cannot produce anything. But over these 2 matches now, Lionel Messi was not involved in the goals, and Lionel Messi was pretty. Let me just say, by his standards, Lionel Messi was average. But other players came up with the goals. Suarez came up with some goals. Rakitic also came up with some goals. Edmond, is that not a positive sign for your club, Barcelona?
Oh, it's very, very positive. I was actually very happy and impressed. Suarez first goal, the first goal in the Copa del Rey just took the chimney off Real Madrid. It was a very clinical strikers finish. So I'm glad. And it's a very good moment for us because we have Lyon to play in the fortnight. So it's actually a very, very good team. Dembele was very good. Otto came into the team and he restored that midfield solidarity, and PQ was phenomenal. And of course,
if Lyon should win, what will happen?
Lyon will not win. I told you. I told Vega on podcast that we're going to trash Real Madrid. I had no doubt. We're going to beat Lyon 4-1, and that's the scoreline. You can bet on
it. Okay, there was talks about Santiago Solari that he will most likely be sacked. That was after the 3-0 loss. There was talks that if Real Madrid lose again to another scandalous score, like he will be sacked. But they managed to lose just 1-0. Is there any chance, William, do you think is there any chance that Mourinho will be the coach of Real Madrid before the season ends?
Mourinho?
Yeah.
Brother, what weed are you on? Mourinho cannot go back to...
There has been talks about Mourinho going back to Real Madrid.
Mourinho is likely to go to Inter. I don't see Mourinho going back to Real Madrid. Perez wouldn't do that. Sorry to say, Mourinho won't go back to Real Madrid.
But
William, sorry, I have a counter opinion because over the weekend, Mourinho was at Bein Sports talking with them and analyzing lots of games. He analyzed the Clasico, of course, then the Everton-Liverpool game. But if you listen to what he was saying, you would see that there's a very high possibility that he can go back to Real Madrid. He even made a statement where he said one of his old players sent him a text message that he should come back to the club, and it was like, no, they don't like him, and it was like, if he comes back and he wins maybe 3 games, that they're going to like him back. Plus, he has a good relationship with Perez, and he said on the show that he was the one that they didn't sack him at Real Madrid, that they made a joint decision,
an annulment.
Yes, it was time for him to leave to go to a new challenge. So I see a very, very high possibility of him taking over during the summer, but not now. Mourinho is not going to go into a club mid-season at this point in time. It's going to be after.
Okay, I will love to hear Roman's opinion about this, because you talked about that he has this. William said he has this bad relationship with Perez, and
no, he has a good relationship with Perez.
If I have a bad relationship with you, I will come and say it outrightly in the press that I have a bad relationship with Perez. I'm confused. Did you see Mourinho speak bad of Woodward anytime? But do you know that there was a rift between the two of them?
You will know. Listen,
is it professionalism?
You will know that there's a rift by the way he's talking. When he talks about Man United, he was always talking about them not being enough, a good enough structure for the club, and there was a little bit of misunderstanding in what they wanted from him as a manager and what they were expecting from him.
Yeah.
You get, but when he talks about Perez, you know, plus it's not news that Perez liked Mourinho. Perez has always loved Mourinho. He brought
that's kind of exactly what I wanted Ruben to touch on about, because he kind of had in his last season at Real Madrid, he had this unpleasant relationship. The fans wanted him out, even wanted out of the club. Because I can still remember, because Ruben is a Chelsea fan, I think he might still be able to remember when he came back to Chelsea, he was smiling and they called him Mourinho, are you still the special one? He said, no, I'm the happy one.
I'm the happy one.
To leave Real Madrid. So, Ruben, do you think he should go back to Real Madrid, where he was actually signed before leaving?
Well, what I just want to say is that it doesn't matter whether the relationship is terrible or the relationship is good. We've seen stranger things in football, as in stranger things. It takes one moment or one day, even if they've had a bad relationship all this while, when they discover that it's actually a good business decision, and the next day it's all over the news and everything. But it's not. I'm just saying it's not something that you can just rule out like that. That Mourinho is never at Madrid. There's always a possibility of something like that, and I would personally love something like that. He needs to show up that squad. He needs to make a Clasico again. It's funny. It's funny watching Madrid back now.
Yeah. Mourinho described Real Madrid's performance as soft.
Let's move back to the Premier League. Arsenal, Tottenham, Williams. You're an Arsenal fan, so I'll let you start.
My babies.
Are you proud of your team?
Boy, did you see that performance? Solid. Where has this Arsenal team been since the one that played on against Tottenham? They were so compact. I think Mustafi is good at right back. I think he shouldn't be in the middle again.
Wait, sorry, Williams. I'm sorry to cut you short, but how can you be saying that about Arsenal's performance against Tottenham?
It's good now.
Listen, I am livid. I am pissed off. I don't want to see Mustafi in my life in that team. See, that guy is a terrible footballer. He could not cross the ball.
Edmond.
At right back, the big guy could not put in one good cross.
Edmond.
At least we all know.
Edmond.
We all know that.
The tactics of the game was not for Mustafi to go forward.
Okay, but when the boy could
Edmond,
not put in one decent
that
cross.
is why Mkhitaryan was not taken off. You need to understand tactics here. It was a 4-4-1-1 formation.
Listen.
Is that okay? Yes.
Forget your tactics. It was a good performance, decent performance. Yes, they deserve to win. Yes, but then Mustafi went and he pushed Kane.
Edmond, it was already offside. Anything that happened after that
doesn't matter.
Count.
It doesn't count. Decision. You don't. Do
anything
that
happens after that doesn't count. Anything.
Okay. But Mustafi did not know that. Mustafi did not know that.
Edmond,
what did Aubameyang do?
You're narrowing their whole performance to that miss. He was right now that they did very well, but
yes. That's what he was praising Mustafi just now. He was praising Mustafi just now, saying,
"Boy, that boy played right back for the first time for Arsenal, and he did well. He performed well.
His first time should be the last time. He should never try again.
So that single error is what I'm making him. You're discrediting all the other good efforts he had.
No,
but you can't
as
say
a
that.
As a team, it was a tremendous performance. Like you said, they were compact. They were organized. They were direct. They followed the game plan to the end, and it was good. We could have won. We should have won. But Mustafi is a calamity. Is a agent of mistake. Agent, you don't do that. Why are you pushing Harry Kane?
Edmond. Speaking about mistakes now, there were lots of issues with that match, in my opinion. This is why I feel it should be VAR in the Premier League, and it should have actually started this season, not starting next season. I think it's kind of an embarrassment for Premier League clubs to vote against VAR this season, because look, in that game, Harry Kane was offside for his penalty. Aubameyang penalty should never have been called a penalty. There were just lots of VAR decisions going, as in decisions that the referee could have just revised with VAR.
Danny Rose stepped on Leno's chest. He was not given any card. He should not be in the game to even witness that Torreira's tackle, which to me I felt was not a red card. But if you say it's a red card, okay, we cannot rule it.
Edmond, you cannot give Danny Rose. You can't send Danny Rose off because of the 50-50 challenge. He had to put his studs.
But you can send Torreira off.
Danny Rose did some theatrics now. He the
terrible tackle, career ending tackle. That Torreira tackle.
Don't sit like that.
Who is this roommate guy? Guys, you can't say that now.
It's actually for me. It's actually right, because that tackle has no place in football. That's a rugby tackle.
There's nothing you want to say. That's a career-ending tackle. It's a very, very bad
guy. Nothing like that. Guy, nothing like that.
It was okay. I can understand that. You say I'm not arguing, but he got the ball. He got the ball fully first before he went to the player.
No, there's no justification.
He got the ball first now. The boy got the ball first now.
There are sometimes before you even make contact with the ball or the man, your instinct is already a foul from the referee. So the way Torreira ran for that ball, the ref was already expecting something silly, and as his leg was that high, so this is the contact he made with was it Rose's leg? It was just. Yes, now legs have been broken for softer tackles than that. So it's very bad.
Yes.
This is Rume. This is rich coming from a Chelsea fan. I mean, you guys.
Rume is Chelsea.
Let's not even go.
Rume is a Chelsea fan.
Pochettino.
Yeah, he is.
We talked about this.
No. I can't even take it seriously. You and Tiba, I can't take it seriously.
We talked about this in the last episode of the podcast, and after the game, Pochettino came out to say Tottenham needs another 10 years to be able to finally win a trophy. They've been losing. They lost. Now they've drawn with Arsenal. They also lost before Chelsea. Now it's come on to say Tottenham needs another 10 years, because I know previously in this podcast we're talking about could this be a 3-horse race, because then Tottenham were putting up and we were chasing Manchester City and Liverpool badly, but now they're actually hanging in for that third or fourth place position. Rume, what do you think about Pochettino? Because I know last episode you were defending him with so many points. But what do you feel about his 10 years agenda now, 10 years propaganda?
That 10 years, it's a bit off. It's a bit of an exaggeration there, but you get the point he's trying to make, that this is not the time. This is not the time, and not just about the timing. It's also about, like I said last time, about the club's investment and the direction they choose from there. I won't be surprised if, because this level Tottenham are going, they are trying to keep from what I'm getting, the vibe I'm getting from the board, they are trying to keep a certain level of football. They're trying to keep the club at a certain level. I don't think they're really planning to take that step we talked about last time. So, and I don't see Pochettino as that kind of man. I think he's the kind of person that will aim for something higher. I don't be surprised if very soon he starts actually giving ear to many of the offers that we're receiving from right now.
I heard Real Madrid wants him. Real
Madrid.
Let's talk about one of the teams that actually beat Tottenham and Chelsea. Chelsea, I think their fortunes have kind of changed. There was this talk of crisis, Sarri being sacked and all. But in the midweek, they beat Tottenham. They beat Tottenham, and they also beat Fulham. Kepa was finally dropped. I think in the last episode, they talked about will Kepa be dropped, will he not be dropped? He was dropped for Tottenham's game, and Caballero came in goal. But against Fulham, he started and he had the man of the match performance. Edmond, what do you feel about Chelsea's performance?
Well, it was great. It was good, considering what they experienced at the hand of Manchester City, the 6-0 spanking. I have to talk about the 6-0 spanking, but it was good. Coming from their midweek, their Carling Cup final performance against Manchester City, it was very good, and it was very needed too, because I felt like if Sarri had lost that game, there would have been talks about sacking him and all that. So it was very good, and a good performance from them. Pedro was good, Hazard was good, Jorginho most especially. I think he was everywhere there, and then he got the goal against Fulham. So credit to Chelsea, they did well.
Yeah, okay. Rume, you talked about because last week you said Kepa should not be dropped, but I mean I felt Kepa should actually be dropped because Sarri needed to bring some kind of authority or some kind of like, okay, I'm the manager here, you're not the manager. When I tell you to leave the pitch, you start running. So I think the only thing wasn't a good idea for him to be dropped, even if it was just for a game.
Yeah, last time I was of the opinion that he should not be dropped, because I was feeling that we're going to suffer. Like I said, I thought to be a bullet in our own foot that I'm dropping him, because he's obviously a better goalkeeper than Caballero. But Sarri has thought better from the whole situation, and the way he handled it, dropping and bringing Caballero, and Caballero came out to his performance was very assured, very matured, and everything. It just shows why Sarri is the coach, and I'm doing the podcast.
Yeah, and Kepa also gave Fulham a man of the match performance. He saved a lot of some very, very incredible key saves he had in that game.
They were just 2 key saves. Don't put it like a lot, please. Let's place our focus.
For me, those were saves that those were brilliant saves.
stood out, but he had a lot of saves in the match. His performance was very good. He made a very serious mistake, as in.
At the beginning of the
very,
game.
Very lucky.
Chelsea
very
a big side now. You guys,
he became more relaxed and everything. He had 2 saves that stood out, but he made a couple of saves in the game.
Chelsea is a big team. Chelsea is a big side now.
Williams, they have won more titles than every team apart from Man City.
And another team that is actually on form at the moment is Manchester United. They just can't seem to lose, and Mr. Lukaku is back on form. Romeo, is that not? We always having Lukaku here and there, but he's kind of scoring goals now, like easily.
Yeah. I still think he's a donkey though. I don't think he's a.
But we need to give him credit actually, right? Someone should give him credit. Someone should give him credit actually. Is it Oris or William? Somebody give him credit.
How much credit? 100 and 200.
Someone should give him accolades.
I'm going to give him credit because he has done very well. Because since Ole took over, he has had to play different positions. He has played at centre forward, and sometimes when Rashford plays and he plays it, Ole puts him out to the wing. So to be able to stay there, because I think Lukaku's biggest strength is his mental strength. Even when he's not playing well, he's always putting in the fight. You see that.
How can you confirm this information? You are telling us.
You see, he's not a striker.
His mental strength is his biggest strength. His mental strength is also his biggest weakness. He's dull.
He told you in the WhatsApp group,
Wait. But credit to him, he has saved them. He saved them against. I saw the
Funny enough, Lukaku is better than Drogba.
No, you can't say that.
Don't be blasphemous on this podcast, please.
In terms of stats,
we should not the response. Carry on, please.
Yes, let's carry on. We are going to ignore that. We are going to behave as if we did not hear that, and literally we did not hear that.
Since we are going to ignore William, let's talk about
Lukaku has made 246 appearances and has 113 goals.
Let's talk about
Drogba made 254 appearances and has 104 goals.
We're giving Lukaku all the praise he needs, so you don't need to start spelling stats. Or let's talk about Pogba. Was he not selfish, not giving Lukaku the penalty for his hat trick?
Okay. I would not say selfish. I would not say selfish because Messi has set the standard for us now. The way he's doing, Messi is the humble standard, and anybody that does not do it like that is considered selfish. He's not selfish. It's normal. He's a penalty taker, and he wants to score. But Pogba has had his fair share of criticism. So now that he's actually playing well, he has to milk it to the most. He wants to score. He wants to get on.
So saying I milk it, but Tega, to be fair to Pogba, because I put a tweet that said he was selfish, that if it was Messi was going to and all that. But like Romeo has rightly said, he's the penalty taker. And to be fair, Lukaku said Pogba did actually offer him the chance to take the penalty, but he said he was the one that left it for Pogba. So I think that just settles it.
Should Solskjaer be offered the job permanently? I mean, he's 15 games unbeaten, 12 in the Premier League, then the remaining coming from the FA Cup, then just that one loss to PSG. Should you just be appointed permanent manager?
Personally, 15 games is a lot. It's a lot to draw conclusions. But honestly, I've not seen drawn that conclusion that he should be given the job. As in, he's doing well. He has that new coach bounce. As in, new coach feeling. Exactly, and everybody just playing well. It's infectious. It's doing very well. But I think it's one way, and I may be very wrong for this, but I think it's one of those situations where you make, you make that bold decision and give him the job now, and next season, the beginning of next season, especially after he has signed his own kind of players, who the beginning of next season will just be terrible, and before few months you are going to just realize that they will start saying he's inexperienced and these things we're not hearing, you start hearing. I think his credit to him is he has proved every single person wrong so far. But my should I say, I don't know what to say. I'm not still convinced completely. Not from the football, not because of the football, just because of the fact that I think he's riding the wave of a new coach and United. We take away the coach factor. The players they have normally are very, very good. They are world-class players. These are players that can easily win the league anytime, any day. So add that to the whole new coach bounce and everything. I don't really think he's ready yet and to be a very, very big decision if United decide to actually give him the job come next season because they have to invest.
Williams. I want to hear what you think. Wait, take a. I want to hear what Williams thinks.
They shouldn't give him the job, to me. They shouldn't.
Why?
It's a bubble. I think this 15 games is a bubble. It's a bubble.
Well, why?
Because I want to agree with the Real Madrid guy. You should. I think they should get a proper coach in the summer. This Solskjaer baby face guy is a bubble. When the new season will start, this guy won't be able to perform. I'm just worried.
Wait, Tega, very quickly. I feel like this conversation is a conversation that we're supposed to use a lot of time to actually deliberate on. But to join Williams and Rume, I feel they are right. If I'm the one, I'm still very skeptical about them giving him a job because we've seen lots of situations where things happen like this. Now we have Roberto Di Matteo. He won the Champions League for Chelsea. We have just recently we have this Grand Shakespeare for Leicester City. You get. And we all know how the feeling of a new coach coming in and everything going better, and then when you give him the job, you start seeing cracks. Mourinho said it. Mourinho said it in his interview with beIN Sports, where he said there's a new feeling that comes with him. He said most of the players want to perform to show that the other coach was bad. I was laughing when I was watching it. So it's also possible that when you give him the job on the full-time basis, it's going to crash.
So what the three of you actually say is that Solskjaer needs to. What will convince the three of you now is that Solskjaer needs to have this rough patch. Maybe in the next in the next 1 month, Manchester United should have this bad run of form. Let's see if he can bring the team from a bad run of form back to a good run of form.
The funny thing is that if he goes through that rough patch, what he's actually going to do, even if he comes back, what that rough patch is actually going to do, it's actually going to expose these United fans that found the Messiah. It's going to actually tell them what is and what isn't. Even the board is going to make them wake up from this dream that they think they are. So I don't think the rough patch is not going to do any good. It's going to do worse. Even if he bounces back. They need a proper coach. As in, they need a proper coach.
Arume, very quickly, I don't think this Manchester United team are good enough to win the league. First and foremost, Secondly, them needing a proper coach. We saw what Zidane did to Real Madrid. We saw what Pep Guardiola did with Real Madrid. They were literally unknown entities, and then they came, and we all know how successful they are. So why can't Man U do that with?
Let me be the one to defend Solskjaer here because I feel what will convince a lot of people that Solskjaer really deserves the job is if, let's say for instance, Manchester United can finish top 4. And they can win the FA Cup. I think those two things should convince them to at least give him a 2-year contract at the club instead of because they might go and get Pochettino. Pochettino has been clamoring and he hasn't won anything good in. Which other coach except from Solskjaer can Manchester United get that will fit their philosophy, fit Alex Ferguson kind of philosophy, fit their winning mentality and actually play good attacking football? David Moyes. You are joking. Someone else, please. You're not being ridiculous at this moment.
I think a manager like Samala died and Alam Pardew.
Please someone mentioned Moyes. They mentioned Allardyce. Rume, what are you going to mention now?
Okay.
William Subome is the manager for that team.
but when you ask this question, I never took time to think. I was trying to see which manager will be the best fit. I mean, it's a very difficult one. I don't think Zidane will be a success at this club at all. To me,
Zidane is the luckiest manager in the history of lucky managers.
Okay,
not
that,
be a good fit anywhere.
A manager. The manager winning the Champions League and La Liga doesn't mean he's not lucky. I think he has done well.
Let me see some. This statement Mo just made, as in it's supposed to spark a whole new argument, and there will not be enough time for it. But the statement is just plain wrong, in my opinion, completely wrong. That being said, I don't think Zidane will be a good fit for United at all.
So which club will Zidane be a good fit for?
I want to say Chelsea.
Okay, I feel okay.
Okay, no. Take her very quickly. Let me answer me. Which club will Zidane go to now and say is going to be a success?
In my opinion, PSG.
Ah, God.
Let's talk about the club. Let's talk about the club. I feel Zidane might do well in, which is Juventus. They played second place. They played second place Napoli over the weekend, and they won 2-1. They are now 17 points on top of the Serie A. I don't want to dive into much about that because obviously they are going to win the Serie A. Obviously, but let's talk about their Champions League. Let's talk about their Champions League hopes. They are two goals down against Atletico Madrid. Can they bring this Serie A form into the Champions League and overcome Atletico Madrid?
No.
Why?
Because see, even if you put God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit, I'm sorry, maybe.
Gordon's Edmond Basket. You got jokes, bro.
Even if you put those three in a team, you add the likes of Pele, chip in, or sprinkle the likes of Pele, Messi, the real Ronaldo, and the likes, you will not overturn a two-goal deficit against Simeone and his Viking Warriors. I'm sorry, it's not just going to happen. You could play for 3 games, play for 3 hours. It will not happen.
Edmond, I would like to have a bet with you.
That
Juventus will win that match and qualify.
No, I don't know about winning. They can win the game 1-0, but they would not qualify. They would not qualify.
If that game cannot enter extra time.
What I'm seeing is going to happen next week, and what I'm really hoping will happen is I'm just seeing one of Ronaldo having one of those Champions League nights. That's just
this boy is a big Ronaldo.
I know Boris doesn't like Ronaldo, so any chance of seeing Ronaldo is on board.
No, Tega, listen. It's a conversation we're going to have very soon. The game is going to come and we'll see it. Let me tell you what's going to happen. Juventus will play. Atletico will score a goal, safe. It's not going to be the way you guys are saying. It's not just possible. You guys know how defensively resolute Atletico Madrid can be. Then they are not carrying a 1-goal lead to your home. They are taking a 2-goal lead. They will play you with 10 men and you would not score. Forget 11 men, safe. But time will tell. This is not about hating. It's just the truth.
So, but it's kind of an anticlimactic ending for Juventus because they brought in Ronaldo obviously to win the Champions League. They've winning Serie A, so they don't need Ronaldo for that fact. So they are going to win the Serie A. Obviously, they are out of the
only Italia. They are going to win the Serie A.
They are now potentially out of the Champions League. So they are just waiting towards March or April to be crowned champions of Serie A. Is it not a failure on their part, Rumi?
No, it's a credit to Ronaldo because considering the fact that when he was in Spain, he could not win the league as often as he would have liked. So now I think at Italy he can win the league.
Juventus have always been winning the league.
You got jokes, bro. You got jokes today.
He can win. I'm talking about Ronaldo now. He can win the league frequently with because there's no competition there. They played their closest rival and they were totally dominant until the red card to Pjanic. So 16-point gap. We can't take that league seriously.
Are you serious? We can't take seriously. That's
Leave on. Leave on.
Let's go. Let's as we're rounding up the podcast, let's go back home to Nigeria. Let's talk about the Nigerian women team. They are currently preparing for the World Cup in France, and the preparation has not been going all that well. In the Cyprus Women Cup, they've crashed out scandalously out of the tournament. They lost 4-1 to Austria. They lost to Belgium this evening, 1-0. And they managed to beat Slovakia 4-3, which I felt was a very kind of scandalous game because in the match, the Nigerian team, they raced to a 3-goal lead. They were leading the match 3-0. Slovakia came back into the game, scored for the first goal, then scored the second goal through a penalty, scored the third goal. Slovakia came back, scored the third goal through a penalty. Before Nigeria, the girls finally came back to their senses that how did we go down? How did we lose a 3-goal lead? And they ended up winning the game 4-3. And even winning the game 4-3, they also considered the last-minute penalty, which the goalkeeper bailed them out. So meaning they considered 3 penalties in the space of 90 minutes, and that game could have ended 4-4. Defensively, I think the team is nowhere prepared for the World Cup. Remember, what do you think about their chances?
Gone are the days when Nigerian women were like, how will I put it, the only
forced to reckon
things about Nigerian football in general. But now things are not looking. We're not even as good back home as we were again. Some of the friendly matches he played with Cameroon and South Africa.
Yeah.
The time 0-0, full time 0, no goals. In those days, I know when Nigeria plays an African team, we know the kind of scorelines we had now from the female team. Now, things are looking. And today's performance, I didn't see the match, but it was all shambolic. I lost some amount of money today because of that team.
Sorry, but they play. I think they play France, they play Norway, they play South Korea. They are very good teams in their continent. France is obviously one of the best teams in the world now. Even in men's football, in women's football, they're one of the best. They play Norway, which are a very decent team in Europe, and South Korea, which is really one of the best teams at the moment in the Asian. So Edmond, do you feel they can come out of that group successfully, or should we just, like the Super Eagles went to the World Cup, played 3 matches, came back home? Should we just be ready to tell them, just play your 3 matches, carry your Ghana must go, come back home?
To be fair to you, and I'm going to be very, very, I'm trying to be as polite as possible, but Nigeria, Africa as a whole, I'm not just talking about the women's football, I'm talking about both male and female. We have a lot of work to do. So talking about their chances, do I feel that they can go there and qualify? No, I don't think so. They won't beat France. I don't see them beating Norway, you said. So I don't see them going to qualify. So it's just going to be the same normal routine for African teams, whereby we just qualify for the competitions because they have to present African teams. So we are going there. Yeah. We go there and we just play the customary 3 games to fill up the space, and we're back home after the group stage. So I don't think they have a chance. We have a long way to go, though, a very long way.
Roma, do you want to say something about this?
No. I wasn't talking. No, I'm done.
All right, let's welcome the listeners to Extra Time. In Extra Time, I would like to Williams especially. You seem to like pour your whole heart now on Twitter every day, or at least 2 times a week. This emotional post.
Oh my God! I'm going to block 2 of you after this. Women, really, you'll follow.
You always get emotional on Twitter. What's happening? Because I don't see Edmond going emotional on Twitter, and I don't think Rome goes emotional on Twitter. But you're always very emotional when it comes to Twitter. You're always talking about.
No, see, take that. To be fair to
Edmond, let him speak. Let's
No, Edmond, speak. I want to hear you. Speak.
No, Williams, this is your. I'm sorry to have cut you. I will speak after you have spoken.
Okay. It is anytime I come on this podcast, I'm always on the spot. So I will start preparing my shoes down and my research for everybody. Well, to answer your question, Tiga, Twitter is my safe zone. I say a lot of things.
It's a public zone. How does the public zone become your safe zone?
No. I like Twitter. Twitter is a community or an environment whereby you are given a freedom to express yourself, irrespective of whether you are a big person or a young person or whatever. Yeah. Some of my tweets are real, some of them are fictional, some of them are maybe relating to what I'm watching or what a book I'm reading or something I'm doing. So you have to differentiate between fact from fiction. You need to be really, really close to me to really to know.
But I know some of your posts. Because I know what you are referring to. I know what you are referring to.
Edmond, stop retweeting my tweets. I just saw that. Yeah, Edmond, to be fair to Williams, continue.
Wait, to be fair to Williams, like Williams has said, it's like it's space. So a random person just saying the tweet is not going to be able to relate with what he's saying.
Okay.
It's just going to be
it may relate because the person may be going through exactly maybe what I'm trying to tweet about.
Yeah, but what I meant by relate was we'll not be able to trace it personally down to Williams. You get, but it's those of us that know maybe a couple of things that are happening that. When I saw the tweet, I actually found it very funny, and then I'm going to say this. I went through those that liked the tweet, and it was very interesting to see some of the people that liked the tweet. But then we move. Take. I think you should check those that like the tweet. I just liked it now, so you should go check
Edmond, just tag me on this tweet.
Okay, I'm tagging you right now.
Remember, you're blocked. You're cancelled.
Let's take away the spotlight from Williams. Let's talk about food now. Can any of you cook your favorite food? Can you actually prepare it? Williams, I know you, Williams, you're kind of the person that likes to cook a lot. I know Oris cooks, I think decently well. I won't say perfectly well, but he cooks.
I heard this Edmond can't cook shit, boy. Can't cook. I'm
a better cook than Williams. I'm the best meal. Listen, see the kind of food I make. They are not mainstream. I'm talking world class dishes. See, it's just lack of. See, listen, it's just for lack of funds.
In other words,
it's just for lack of funds at the moment. But it's part of something that I'm looking forward to doing. I plan on opening my own. You know what
Edmond reminded me of just now? Who? Yes, Love Rain. When he said he's one of the best defenders in the world. Rumor is that you can't take Chelsea fans seriously.
Oh no. Wait, Rumor, take relax. You don't know this boy. This boy can cook a meal and he will not stop eating it until he sees this boy cooks like 3 cups of beans or 5 cups of beans and he finishes it at a goal. If the food is not finished, he does not get up from where he's eating.
My mom never trained me to waste food. It's a crime at home. So
we're all brought up in that same light. But Tega, when will you learn how to cook?
I actually know how to cook. As you may know, you might not know.
So Williams and Rumor, very quickly, Tega once stayed at my place for a couple of days one time when we were in school, and then there was this fried egg that was left over from the previous.
Anytime you can say fried egg.
So the next day, Williams, listen. The next day, Tega wanted to what am I going to do? He wants to eat fried egg, and he was like, okay, he wants to warm it. And Tega added water.
Oh, I remember.
Water.
Is it when Tega moved into you?
Are you just making lies on my podcast? You're now
Tega added water to the fried egg to warm it. And I was just there looking at my friend like, I mean, come on, man. It's so hilarious, bro.
You can't take him serious. It was among the group of people that added egg to egusi soup.
Bad. Very bad.
These are just fictitious stories.
Edmond.
I've actually seen.
We can't take Tiga serious because I've actually seen Tiga add egg to egusi soup to make it look like egusi.
Williams, I've actually seen. Am I like salt? I don't know why you're speaking yet. You added salt.
Am I lying, Tiga? Just confirm this my egg.
You added salt into Indomie, so I don't know why you are speaking.
Tiga, nobody can defend you on that. Tiga, but Edmond, have you heard this egg in egusi soup? So okay. I think I have something to say. Let me just bring up one. Let's just talk about something. How the age of being 22 to 26, the struggles, the depression, and the fight for success. What advice do you have for people that are coming up in this field? Or what do you have to tell them?
The whole thing boils down to peer pressure, to pressure. If you're able to, if as especially within this age, 22 to as you said, if you're able to detach yourself from what is happening around you, detach yourself from what is happening around you, especially with your friends and people you know and stuff, and their lives and what is going on. If you're able to detach yourself from that completely, which is very, very difficult, and it's almost impossible for some kind of people with the lives they live as in their personality, and so it's almost impossible. They can only do it to an extent, but if you're able to completely detach yourself from that and focus only on yourself, as in on yourself, on your goals, then
and your growth,
it's going to just stop many things. Depression.
I want to pause you a little. I found out that majority of people who fall in this age grade still have identity issues. They do not know what they want to do with their lives. They are still wondering, should I do this? Should I do that? And
Williams, I kind of get your point because personally, I think we all are at that stage, in our age bracket. Like me, especially I know what I want to do, but kind of the means to achieve those things are the things that are kind of far off. You think about, okay, this is what I want to do. Even when you know what you want to do, you think, okay, this is what I want to do. Then you start to think, like, can I achieve those things? And the means, fine. Can lead to depression.
Let me give you an example. Before I traveled, I was like, I'm going to hustle. So I was telling a friend was like, I beg you. He's not interested. He just wants to go home and rest. I beg. I will just chill. There's nothing to do. I said, come, let's go and hustle. He said, I beg you. God will take care of it. I'm not ready. So some people don't want to walk, but they want miracles to happen. Yes.
Okay. I do think you're kind of right. For this inspirational, thought-provoking things you always bring up, where can the listeners get to see all these things you always talk about on Twitter? What's your art?
Okay. My Twitter page, my Twitter handle is at Bome Williams, or you can search Fibonacci. If you search Fibonacci, you will see me, or at Williams Bome. I write a lot. I write a lot of stuff if I'm really in the mood.
Oris, what about you? What's your Twitter handle?
Well, if you come to my Twitter handle, the only thing you're going to see me talking about is football. So you can come Follow me at Edmund Oris, EDMUNDORIS.
Okay, what about you?
Twitter page, there's nothing much. I only tweet personal stuff when I'm extremely. It's actually Leo Rumer 7 at Leo Rumer 7.
All right. Mine is hashtag Tega and you can also follow the show on Twitter at View Center Pod. Rumer, Oris, Williams, thank you for coming on the show. I really appreciate you guys taking time to be on the show.
Okay.
Alright guys, that ends the 7th episode of the View Center podcast. I had a very fun chat once again with my friends Edmund, Rome and Williams, and we talked a lot about sports in general. We talked about football, and we also went into some very deep things at the end of the podcast in extra time with Williams talking about personal issues people go through, and it was really fun conversation. Thank you once again for listening to the show, and thank you all for the support. Cheers guys, and see you in the next episode.